All right, the watch list for Wednesday, December 14th. Quick reminder, it's FOMC day tomorrow. They'll come out with an interest rate decision. I don't know if they're going to raise rates or not, but, be prepared for a shock event. They've been talking about raising rates and haven't done it yet, right, in 2016. So this is their last chance, so there may be a surprise. Always good to know. For me as a day trader, the only thing I care about is that after the morning gap plays are over and any possible first 2 hour plays, generally the market goes dead until the interest rate decision. Then you get a little bit of chaos. I usually sidestep that chaos and just take the afternoon off. There are traders out there who love to play that chaos. It's not my thing. So hopefully I can get my daily goal in the first couple hours. So anyway, showing you the SPY here, just powering ahead still. IWM, the small cap ETF, kind of flagging here. But remember, tomorrow anything can happen. So here are the stocks I'll be watching. Again, basically for the first 2 hours, 2.5 hours, something like that. CETX, a very strong move out of a range today and a strong close all the way at the highs. You have another high just to the left here of 519. So over that, maybe it gets up and it starts to really head higher. Certainly worth watching for red to green, something like that. CSBR. Kind of after this pop, that on the day it gapped up, it kind of gave back all of its gains, but really been going sideways ever since, and bulls are starting to inch this thing higher. So it's sort of interesting to me over 250. Maybe it retests this high of 282, and if you can get above that, anything's possible. So certainly worth watching. Some decent news coming out of that one lately. BSPM, little break out of a range today on a little bit of extra volume. I'm going to keep an eye on that one. RCON. Nice pop today and closed pretty strong. Maybe a follow through, red to green, something like that on that one. TBIO, I don't usually deal in the realm of under $1 stocks, but this one's sort of interesting. It got really big volume the other day and a nice breakout. Excuse me, it pulled in after the breakout of this range. Popped, pulled in, and then ripped, and now it's kind of had just a quiet day today. Definitely want to watch that one. These under $1 stocks have been pretty interesting lately. Speaking of which, SSH, nice pop today. I had this on Bounce Watch, and I'm embarrassed to make this video because y'all, if you watched my video last night, you knew I had this on Bounce Watch, and I just never caught any kind of clean entry. It just kind of grinded higher, but I never found a way in. And it wasn't exactly on the top of my priority list, but you know what? It goes back on watch tomorrow because I do like the strength. So you've got big pop, now you've got a higher low. Maybe this continues tomorrow. Who knows? ZTO, I like this as a potential bounce play. Had it on Bounce Watch when it looked like this, right? Then it shopped around for a couple days and then ripped, and now we're to new all-time lows again. I think this is like the Chinese Federal Express. And certainly interesting, falling now for 3 days from 1450 down to the low today was 1275. They might start looking at this one as a value pretty soon. And it's got potential to have a bounce. There's not a lot of chart to go on, so all we can do is watch after these 2, 3, 4 day sell-offs and see if it gives us a bounce play entry on an intraday basis. Let's see, ZTO, APRI, kind of a long list today. You had the big pop, and then today, kind of a quiet day, came down and retraced some of that pop on a little bit lower volume. Maybe we get a third day play back up on that one. Certainly worth watching. IDXG. It's a little bit of a weird chart because it gapped up today. Generally, and I told the folks in chat this today, if you watched my video last night, you knew I liked this. It looked like this, right? You knew I liked this as a potential bounce play today. When it gapped up and decided to open around $1.20, I told everybody I like it much less, okay? Whenever I have something on Bounce Watch, because it's 2 days down, 3 days down after a big move, whatever, and then it gaps up, it really just takes the mustard out of the move as a general rule. So, and speaking of that, there were no trades in it today. Having said that, though, because it made this huge move, and now it's kind of chopping around, it goes back on watch because it might give a great setup and a nice trade. COOL, another red day, tiny volume today. Looking for this one, maybe it's kind of revisiting the 8 day from up above after the big breakout. I think that's worth watching for a bounce tomorrow. One of these low priced or lower priced oil and gas plays, PACD. You had the gap up and then a little bit of a bottoming tail today. Some of these look like they're wanting to turn and head back higher. So I'm going to watch that one. I don't even have this on the list, but just pointing out BCEI is interesting after the gap up and the red day. Today was an inside day, but closed above its open. So I don't have that on my list, but maybe I should. IPI had this huge run from $1.42 to over 3, and now you got a couple days lower on declining volume. This is a good candidate for a bounce tomorrow. And then lastly, I've got PHMD. Huge move here from, I don't know, like $1.60 to $5.60. That's crazy, right? 3 days lower. Volume's pretty small, getting down below the 8-day. This is a good candidate for a turn back up too. So I'll tell you what, that's plenty to watch tomorrow, and hopefully we'll find some gappers as well. So enjoy the rest of your evening, and we will talk to you guys tomorrow.